AIW for telling my boss that she's mispronouncing her baby's name? My boss, Jane, fake name, who is in her late 30s. She's been trying to have a baby for years. Succeeded, and is due soon. Congrats to her, by the way. She's been talking about what to name her daughter for months. So I walk into work Monday morning and the first thing she says to me is that she's finally decided on a name for her daughter. I smile and ask what. She tells me the name with great excitement. I don't want to say the actual name nor the inspiration of it out here, as I don't want to deal with the possibility of outing myself, or more importantly, my boss. But it sounds like fairly common name. Usually short for another name like Liz is to Elizabeth. I tell her that it's a pretty name. I then follow up with a question if that is short for another name like Elizabeth. She says no, it's just going to be that. I was just about to say, even better. Quote, when she added that it's after a very well-known publication. I'm raising an eyebrow in my mind at this point, as I feel like I know which one she's talking about. I ask her for the spelling and she spells it out excitedly, adding, you know, after that famous, insert famous publication here, that does XYZ. I didn't know how to communicate this in writing in a non-programming documentation type of way. I think I was very surprised to hear that and let her know gently that, well, that's not how that name was pronounced. She panicked and frantically searched online for the pronunciation of that particular publication. On the spot, after about half a dozen or so of machine voices saying that name out loud, she looked like she was just about to break down. She said she's so embarrassed because out of her excitement, she announced it to all her family and friends, social media and group chats alike over the weekend, including her inspiration, the publication. I asked what her husband thought of the name, but she said he didn't know how it was pronounced and was just going by her. Poor guy. I then broached the idea of changing the spelling to fit her pronunciation because it was obvious at this point that she was more taken to how her idea of the name sounded than it was written. But she said no to that quickly because she liked how it was written and how she pronounced it. It's been a few days since then and I think she's still in panic mode about what to do with her daughter name. Is she keeping it or looking for another? I dare not asked about it since then. She's not lashing out at me per se, but she's been a bit distant and I do feel a bit of resentment in her eyes. I'm hoping giving her room will just be the thing. At any rate, I was coming from sincerity, but in retrospect, I didn't have to be the one telling her. There's a lot of things that I'm feeling as a result of this faux pas. I'd like to gain some perspective here, as I feel like it'd help a lot in navigating next steps. So, AIW here, guys?